Stunnanti divyaistavai Vedeshangapadakramopanishadai Gayandiyam Swamaga Dhyanavastidadadgatena manasa Shandiyam Yasyantam Vidasura Surana Devaya Smahi. Okay. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Lokesmin Dividha Nishtha Pura Prokta Mayanaga Jnana Yogena Sankhyanam Karma Yogena Yoginam Na Karmana Manarambhat Naishkarmyam Purushosnute Nacha Sanyasana Deva Siddhim Samadhigacchati. Right. So, I hope you have clearly understood the necessity of the jnanam, the knowledge, and the simplicity of this wisdom. Absolutely simple. Now the question will arise, if it is so simple, and it is simple, we are logically convincing, experientially true, because always there. If it is my nature, why is it so difficult for people to appreciate? We don't see many people appreciating these things. It's a natural question. If it is so simple, happiness is my nature, so beautiful, how is it, why is it that people don't understand or people don't seem to know it? First thing, it's not available for many. Not many people even know that such a possibility exists because of the cultural differences. And even if there is a cultural ignorance, culturally it is not available. Even where it is available also, people are not exposed to this type of things. And then, another thing is, they call it as the asambhavana. Asambhavana means impossibility. Two types of asambhavana. Asambhavana, like an impossibility, you can say, difficulty, where the person cannot think, cannot comprehend, incomprehensibility. No, asambhavana means incomprehensibility. Pramana asambhavana, prameya asambhavana. Pramana asambhavana is, there are not many sources of knowledge which talks about these things, that I am the absolute. In the world, we shall come across many different types of goals in life. They will teach us to be educated, to have money, to be married, to have children, to be prosperous, to be healthy, to achieve things. All these things are talked about. And unspoken word is, if you do these things, automatically you will be happy. But when you do not become happy, you complain. But nobody tells us where the happiness is, what the happiness is all about. You are supposed to be happy if you are educated, if you are rich, you have got enough resources, you are supposed to be happy. Most people are disappointed in that way. Right? The other person who gives up all these things, for sometimes he feels a relief. But that does not bring happiness, because as even the other person is tired of his prosperity, the person who renounces everything can be tired of his poverty. If poverty has to bring happiness, every poor man will be happy in the world. If prosperity has to bring happiness, then every rich man will be happy in the world. Prosperity or poverty are not causes of happiness. Are you getting that? If happiness has a cause, it is no more happiness. If there is a reason for your happiness, you are not happy. Because if prosperity is the cause of happiness, prosperity gone, happiness gone. If poverty becomes the cause of happiness, you cannot afford to be prosperous. Then what do I do? So this is pramana sambhavana. That is, we usually, there is no means of knowledge which talks about that there is, I am the absolute happiness, one. Next is prameya asambhavana. Is there really something called Atma, consciousness, all-pervasiveness? So these two things have to go. Shruti, by Sravana, by listening, you cut off the first one, pramana sambhavana. When you listen by Sravana, by listening to these things, you completely cut across this incomprehensibility. Because somebody informs you, there is a possibility that you are the happiness, you are the absolute. That is why Shruti should be something, understand, wisdom, Guru, Shruti, it must be something which gives me the knowledge of something which cannot be subject to cancellation and verification. Anadhigata, avadhita, jnana janakam, shastram. Shastra, we shall call that as the scripture, which gives me knowledge which is anadhigata. No other book provides me that knowledge. Every other book, objective knowledge, provides us the knowledge of limitation. That which gives me the knowledge of the limitlessness. Shastra means should give me limitlessness, should not give me limited information. Most of the time the scriptures are, so-called religious scriptures are, otherworldly. Not this world here, but in the hereafter. But in the hereafter also limited. That very fact it is not here and now, it shall not be everlasting. So you come to this world, you go. So you go to the heaven, you will have to disappear. Simple logic. So it should be something, I don't need a scripture which tells me I am limited, I am mortal. It should tell me something which is absolute, limitless. No other books gives it. And also, avadhita, anya pramaneina avadhita. No other pramana can dismiss it, because it is something, one knowledge which does not depend upon any pramana. Where who you are, asabdam, asparsham, arupam, arasam, agandham, is not a sound cannot be heard, not a touch cannot be touched, not a sight can be seen, not a taste to be tasted, not a smell to be smelt. So other sense organs neither can comprehend it nor can dismiss it. Nothing can dismiss this knowledge because it is yourself. Anubhava swarupatvat. What you experience can be dismissed. That by which, like the sense organs you experience, that can be dismissed. Consciousness cannot be dismissed. Yourself cannot be dismissed. Always there. So that type of knowledge you gives you, that is Shastra. Now this Shastra cannot function by itself. That is why Guru Mukhat Sravanam. Listening from the teacher. Teacher means what? Who is a teacher? Teacher is somebody, one who knows the truth for himself. Shrotriyam Brahmanishtham. The person is Shrotriyam, very well versed in scripture and abiding in himself. Very, very important. Abides in himself. A person can be well versed in scripture but doesn't know the truth. It will be Sabda Jnana. It will give you a lot of familiarity with the words. Artha Jnana will not be there. Other person, suppose somebody somewhere, he thinks he knows it. But there is no Shastra. So he shall insist on what? I sat under a tree, you sit under a tree. I sat on the stone, suddenly it happened, it will happen. Or it cannot be given out. This type of vague, mystical nonsense, they will talk about it. But when a person knows about himself, well versed in scripture, there is a tradition. Guru, Guru, Shishya, Parampara. Teacher to student, it has come down. They reveal the truth about yourself. So, that is my nature. Now, if it is my nature, always myself, why is it difficult to know? That is because difficulty is... So anyway, so by listening, the pramana asambhavana, incomprehensibility goes away, and by contemplation, manana, nitidhyasana, prameya asambhavana, whether it exists or not, that also goes away. Now this is used by the teacher. Now, if I don't understand the truth, the flaw can be at two different places. Either in the mind which is to see the truth, or in the pramana, the teacher who reveals the truth. So two places the defect can be there, because truth is flawless, that is myself. If the teacher is wrong, you are finished. No hope. You have absolutely no hope. Because he tells you the red color, green color, yellow color, something like that. So you die with an idea. It is just like, what is that? Columbus died with an idea that he has discovered India, but in reality he had gone to America. Just a story, true or false, I don't know, whatever it is. He thinks he has discovered India, but in reality he has gone to only America. So this type of idea can be there, because somebody said, if you see blue light, that is enlightenment. If you see a shivering, this is enlightenment. Specialized illuminations, that completely destroys a person, because you are waiting for that. Or you are imagining those type of experiences. Whereas who you are is something, no thought, no concept, nothing. That is yourself. So if the teacher is wrong, everybody is finished. So if the student is wrong, nothing wrong. Because student means ignorant. Ignorant means he has the right to be stupid. A person who is ignorant, are you getting that? The person who is ignorant, you cannot expect wonderful behavior from him. Are you getting that? If a person is ignorant, how else? If a child cries for a balloon, now can you say, don't be like a child? He's a child, what do you say? Don't be like a child. 2-year-old, 3-year-old crying for a balloon. What shall you tell? What shall you say? Don't be like a child. What can he do? Child is learning up. You see this small one here? It's a good demonstration. Very good demonstration. Observe his behavior. Observe the behavior of our Shiva. You will clearly see how animals behave. How ordinary, ignorant people indulge in animalistic behavior. How does the child speak? Suppose anything, if her interest is little harmed, what shall he say? Nupo. You go. Go. Why? He doesn't want you, because suppose he wants the mummy. Now another person comes to mommy. Nupo. Why? Because my mother is mine. This toy is mine. So you go. Immediately the person is angry. Where from he learnt? From the womb. No. When he was going somewhere, or the child is going somewhere, the mama master told, don't go there, you go. So he also learnt, you go. How did he learn? It's a picked up behavior. So if an ignorant person behaves like an ignorant person, you can't say he's stupid. Only when person who claims to be wise behaves stupid, you shall say stupid. When a grown-up person cries, what shall you say? What is this? You are crying like a baby. Right. When a supposed to be informed person behaves like an angry man, hurtful, jealous, moody, what shall you say? How can you behave like this? That is what Arjuna got back from Krishna. Pragyavadan savasase, talking like a very learned person, asocyananno sochastam. Do not grieve for a thing that is not to be grieved. You are talking like a big wise person. Think. So the defect can be with the ignorant person. If it is for the ignorant person, then the mind must be ready. Okay. Now, logic is, and the truth is, this is what the fact is. Since I am the happiness, that is my nature, Shivoham, Ajo, Nitya, Saswatam, Purana, that is my nature, there is no distance between me and myself. So when the teacher points out, I should be receiving it. But if I don't get it, what does it mean? Mind is not ready. So, but suppose you take the only logic and you live with that, what is that? Jnana, for getting this knowledge, jnanam, knowing yourself, only knowledge is important. No karma will help. Then suddenly one fellow, what he does is, gives up all action. He doesn't understand. Giving up action by itself will not bring knowledge. Like Listen carefully. Like the man with key in his hand, the moment he searches, he denies he is the seeker. That is 100% right. The moment he searches for the key, he denies that he is the owner of the key. But if he does not search, will he get it? The moment I look for happiness with physical action or mental action, physical action is searching outside, seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling. Mental action is meditating, visualizing, all that things people do mentally. The moment you do certain action, looking for it, you deny that you are the owner of it. Okay, you stop doing all your physical action, stop doing all mental activity. Will you get it? That also will not come. That is why jnana. You must expose yourself to this teaching. You must see this, get this knowledge. Simply by stopping the action, you are not going to get it. Or, listen carefully. Suppose I don't do any action, all right, I expose myself to this teaching. I don't do anything, I no more look for it, no more search for it, okay, fine. But I expose myself to this teaching. I have heard so many times, how come I don't understand it? Mind is not ready. Because they are full of likes and dislikes. Raga, dvesha, full of likes and dislikes. That is where you have to prepare the mind. So, if your mind is prepared, jnana yoga. If your mind is not prepared, karma yoga. Are you getting that whole logic clearly? Your mind is prepared, jnana yoga. Just listen. If your mind is not prepared, karma yoga. That is why lokesmin dividha nishtha. Pura prokta mahanaga. Hey Arjuna, lokesmin dividha pura prokta maya. By me it has been told. By you, traditionally, the knowledge is beginningless. Along with the creation, just like when you put up a book, put up a new instrument, you give a handbook along with it. For this creation, definitely you and me not have created. Along with the creation comes the handbook of the creation. They believe Vedas are the handbook of the universe. You can say, but so many religions claim the same thing. Don't disrespect. It's okay. Go through it. Whichever handbook gives you clear picture, pick it. Why should you say that book is not right? What right have I got? If somebody says that is right, take it. Whichever gives you complete picture. It doesn't matter who gives it. Doesn't matter what religion it belongs to. It must give me complete picture of it. Understand? Most religions, what they do, they never talk about the world, of course, and they don't talk about the person, individual, but they talk about gods. That is why it remains vague, vague, vague. It doesn't work. Since it is otherworldly, the science, the objective knowledge has suddenly gained currency because it talks about the immediate problems of people. But that can make you maybe comfortable in this world, but definitely doesn't take away the problems of bondage, freedom, fear, anxiety, greed, desire, lust, passion, hatred. So the person remains embroiled in these emotions. So go into that book, which reveals everything. Anyway, Krishna says now, this is the two things. Jnana Yoga and two paths are given out. Yeah, in reality, are there two? What can I say? What is the, have you seen in the naming of the road in big countries, big cities? 10-kilometer stretch. First 4 kilometer, Mahatma Gandhi Road. Next 10 kilometer, Anna Road. Now, it's one road, 20 kilometers. But one half is known as the Mahatma Gandhi Road. Other is other 10 kilometers are known as let's say Himalayan road. Mahatma Gandhi Road, Himalayan Road. Are there two roads? Only one road. First thing. What is the road to yourself? What is the road to yourself? From you to yourself, what is the distance? Nothing. So there is no road. So when there is no road, what is the question of two ways? What happens? Because ignorance. That ignorance creates the distance. That ignorance, how does it go? By knowledge. How the knowledge takes place? By praman vyavahar. The words must be used, mind must be ready. When the teacher is right, mind must be ready. If the mind is right, if the mind is not ready, however teacher is right, it will not take place. If the mind is ready, teacher is not okay. That also difficult. That is why both must be ready. The teacher must know what he teaches, the student must be ready for this knowledge. So when you are ready, Jnana Yoga. Suppose you are not ready, Karma Yoga. So look at yourself, which one you are. Or else, if you imitate, no, those people are simply sitting and I am going to do the, Jnana I shall do. I will get myself, Jnana Yoga is easier. Why? No work. Karma Yoga, you understand why in the world the confusion. Karma Yoga means scrubbing the floor. Karma Yoga means toilet, cleaning the toilet. Karma Yoga means planting the tree. So Karma Yoga means mixing the road, all free service for the, wherever you are, with whichever the teacher it is. So hard work. Jnana Yoga is nothing. What are you doing? Morning class, meditation. Afternoon, meditation. Teaching, learning. What are you doing? Nothing like that. Abba. I can sleep also in meditation. Why? Jnana Yoga. Comfortable. Just see, danger part of it, dangerous part of it. So what happens? Just by listening, what has he got? Nothing. Rather, please see, when the person is not prepared and he picks up all these informations completely create a perversion. Because the person uses this information for his convenience. He has not got rid of the anger. He shall say, I am not angry, my mind is angry. I am angry for other person's sake. You pick up the language. That is why you can be successfully destroying yourself. Understand? So, what you should do? Please, simply by, is Bhagavan says, Karmanam anarambhat purushaha naiskaryamyam nasnute. What is naiskaryamyam? Niskarma bhavam karma sunyatam jnana yogena nishtham niskriya atma swarupena avasthanam. Simple thing. Niskriya atma swarupena eva avasthanam naiskarmyam. Atma, yourself, the I, niskriya. There is no movement, no thought, no action, nothing. In that atma swarupena avasthanam, when you abide in yourself, that is naiskarmyam. Simply by not doing any activity, karmanam anarambhat, if you do not start any, listen carefully, if you do not engage yourself in action, you shall be inactive, not abiding in the self which is free from movement. Are you getting the standpoints? Ahankar, the I, which was previously looking, searching, aggressively looking for things, active, now he says, no activity. What will happen? Now the I previously which was claiming the role of being active, now he shall be inactive. By picking the role of being inactive, how do you know about yourself? It's all mental at the level of the mind. Just like other person says, oh, I am no more worldly activities. Now I am meditating. So the eye picks up. I am meditating. I am looking for the green light. I am working for the red light. My teacher has told, if I can see a light in my heart, I am enlightened. I have seen the light in the heart. I am enlightened. Finish. It's a solid ego trip. And anybody can challenge you. Anybody can challenge you. Because whoever challenges your experience, he will challenge you. Whoever shall challenge your faith shall challenge you. Whoever shall challenge your thoughts shall challenge you. You feel challenged every moment. That is why such people will not try to expose themselves to anybody. Always in the same group. Why? Because any exposure to outsider shall create a doubt inside your own heart. Therefore people usually, cult figure, they will not remain, they will not expose themselves to anything outside. As I told you, the strength of the rope is known only when you try to snap it. The strength of your conviction is known if you try to snap it. If more and more you are questioned, if you can stand and get out unscathed from questioning, you have made it. Not that I don't allow myself to be, questioned at all. That is not. You must be, your being who you are must be beyond reproach, beyond question, beyond challenge. There is, at no time you can ever be forgetful of yourself. All the time you are aware. So simple by giving up the action, Purusha naiskarmyam na Purusha sundhe, nacha sanyasanadeva siddhim samadhigacchati. One person is inactive. Karmanam anarambat. It doesn't start the action. He will not be wise. Other fellow, ritualistically karma sannyas. From today onwards, I am not doing. He takes sannyas. Simply taking the sannyas. Giving up ritualistically, he has given up all rituals. Or given up every action. Na samadhigaccha, na siddhim samadhigacchati. Nor you shall get this knowledge. That is why many people live in the clothes, sannyas, if you take it traditional way, that also, just because you have ritualistically given up your action, you are not going to know, you are not going to be siddhim samadhigacchati. You do not know about yourself. To know about yourself, jnanam, knowledge is essential. Somebody must point it out to you and you must see the truth for yourself. You can say, why somebody must point it out to me? Why can't I see it by myself? If you have to see it by yourself, how come so far you have not seen? Simple thing. This is a silly argument goes on in the world around. Oh, you don't need a teacher. Again and again I have to tell you. Find out one thing that you have learnt by yourself, including mischief. Even in mischief somebody taught you. You picked up from somebody. Forget good actions. Anything. There is nothing which you can know by yourself. A person can say, no, but everybody did not know there is a theory of gravity. Somebody discovered first time. So he knew by himself. Until that discovery, what all things, that which culminated in discovery, that some things were not his. Intelligence, education, power to think, was it his? It's all given. Are you getting that point? Whatever you discover, there is already a built up. And then, whatever you discover, you don't create either, because that is already existing. So you only found it. You did not create it. So where is the question of a man taking the credit for anything? So there is nothing in life which you have known by yourself. And that includes your own nature. And at no time there should be a need to be afraid of a teacher, because the teacher only reveals the truth and drops out. Just like your pramana. Understand? Beauty, ayyo, beauty, like your pramana. Your eyes help you to see the, listen, this is very beautiful, one nice thought coming. Your eyes help you to see the flower. But suppose after help you to see the flower, the eyes drop out, what will happen? You will be blind. Ears helps you to listen to a sound, drops out, become deaf, you will be deaf. Lucky. those such problem is there. The teacher points out to you who you are, drops out. You still you are who you are. So that pramana, are you getting that? When the teacher suppose reveals the truth to you, and the teacher is gone. Can you say, oh, teacher is gone, truth is gone along with the teacher? The truth doesn't disappear along with the teacher. Because you are the truth. Teacher only points out. What a blessing. Whereas other things, imagine, what other things, when they are there, other things, they are there. The sense organs point it out. But after that, the sense organs disappear, what will happen? That is why people become miserable. Oh, I am now old, I can't hear, I can't see, I can't taste, I can't touch. As you are miserable, my guru is gone, I am like that. So is what a sense perception or knowledge? When your guru goes away and you are again back to ignorance, what is your back to ignorance? You are always in ignorance pretending to be wise. So when the guru goes, now there is nothing to hold on. That is why when these cult figures die away, 1,000 people commit suicide. Because there is nobody to tell them. Because with his strength, they are enjoying freedom. Be free. Why? That's what my teacher says. So hug everybody, touch everybody, dance with everybody, smoke anything, do anything, everything. Free as Guru. Free as Guru. Absolutely free. Dance, everything. So the day he dies, 10,000 people die. Why? Because they can't do anything anymore. They don't have the strength. Their freedom is dependent upon the teacher. What type of freedom is that? Your freedom is dependent on the cult figure. What type of freedom is that? You are totally destroyed. Therefore, jnanam, essential. Okay? And hey, Arjuna, do not ever attempt to give up the action. Because only with you acting rightly, your attitude must be correct. That attitude, this morning what I was talking, that story, that's a clear karma yoga buddhi. That artharash. What a point it was. When the person is suffering from cancer, in his name there is a tennis stadium in New York, no? They have put that American Open Championship is held there, Artharash Stadium. He was suffering from cancer. So everybody knows him, and when he is suffering from cancer, people write to him. How come you, person like you, how can God be so blind, inflicting cancer on you? And the letter, the answer is written. 5 lakhs people, or maybe 5 million people start with tennis. 5 lakh people get a chance to go to a field. Maybe 50,000 people get into circuit. 5,000 people going into Wimbledon and other places. Only 4 people go to the final, semi-final. 2 people go to final. And when I was holding the cup, I never asked God, why me? So now that I have cancer, shall I ask God, why me? Attitude. This is attitude. Perfect attitude. My success, my failure. Both one and the same. Sukhe dukhe same krutva. See the sensitive people, such people with this type of attitude, if they have lived through their life, they will be ready for this knowledge. Already unconsciously enjoying themselves. What they need is a teacher pointing out, you are the truth. Prepare. That is a people with right attitude. Many secular people with the right attitude become wonderful people. They don't have to be religious. But many religious people with wrong attitude become very devious. Understand? So when the mind is ready, such people ready, they are like dry powder. What is needed? One day they have to expose. Boom, it will go. The person understands himself. But then, culture can prevent you. There is no happiness here, only in the hereafter. So the person does not even... How many people get a chance to expose themselves to this knowledge? So many things are available in this world. Think. That is why I tell you, this knowledge must be available everywhere. Somebody takes it or not, it doesn't matter, but let it be there. At least somebody should learn how to make a choice. If it is not there, how do you make a choice? It should be available. Anyway, nahi kaschit. Why you should act on? nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tisthati akarmakrut. Hey Arjuna, no individual can ever, stay without action even for a second. Kaschit kshanamapi. Akarmakrut na tishtati. You cannot remain without action even for a second. Do you know why? Karma means chalanatmika kriya. What is karma? Karma in Sanskrit means chalanatmika kriya. Kriya, action is chalanatmika, movement. Any movement is action. Can you remain without movement even for a second? Your body is moving continuously. Why? Growing, changing, blood circulation, breathing, action is taking place. World is continuously changing, earth is spinning, the whole universe is on the spin. And in that, your physical body is already on the spin. It cannot move. And breathing, you cannot stop. Action is taking place. And even if you don't do anything, sit down in one place, breathing, suddenly some nice fragrance, your mind is distracted, go there. Or stink, run away from the place. Action will be there. And also thought. Another chalanam. Continuously your thoughts are moving, changing. Karyate hi avasah karma. Karyate. Somebody is free to, somebody, why you cannot do that? Because every person, without any choice, has to do this work. No choice. Why? Avasaha. Avasaha kriyate. Avasaha. Without any choice. Sarvam prakrutijai gunaihi. Sarvam prakrutija gunaha. Sattva, rajas, tamas, gunas are there. And because of these gunas, when you have seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling, which you cannot escape at any time, different types of thoughts will come, trigger different types of movement at the level of the body. You cannot remain without action even for a second. Since it is so, you better know how to act than not to act. See the beauty of it? So when somebody's advice is, don't act, you become inactive physically, not wise in your attitude. Are you getting that point, please? So physical inactivity, sometimes accepted as the wisdom. Mauni Baba never speaks. He never moved from one place. Maybe there is no reason, maybe he is incapable of moving. Who knows? How do you know that? Karyetehi avasah karma. Sarvam prakrutijai gunai. The person, because of the prakriti, sattva, rajas, tamas, knowledge, agitation, dullness, your knowledge will push you into activity, your agitations will push you into activity, your dullness will push you into inactivity, which is an activity. For you don't see inactivity is not, are you getting that? But not doing anything also is an activity, because it has result. Karma phala is there, no? If you run, you cover distance. If you don't run, you don't cover distance. That is the result. That is, inactivity also is an activity. You cannot escape. So simply sitting down or not doing anything, you are not going to get this knowledge. In fact, if you do so, you shall be destroying yourself. Please see, read it. Karmendriyani sanyamya ya aste manasa smaran indriyarthan vimudhatma mithyachara sahuchyate. Karmendriyani sanyamya ya aste manasa smaran indriyarthan vimudhatma mithyachara sa uchyate. Is that if he does not, person does not do the action, first thing, he cannot remain without action because it's something natural. So when he does the action, he must change his attitude to get the antakarana suddhi. Suppose he does not do, attitude is far away, does not do. You know what will happen? Simply sit down, inactivity. This is a very beautiful verse, but again traditionally, orthodoxy as it is, ignore it. Ignore means just simple meaning you can give and go away. No, this is the problem of the entire generation. Look at the specific attitude. Karmendriyani sanyamya yaha manasa smaran aste. The person has given up all action. Given up all action means what? Activity means usually at the activity of the physical body level means karmendriya level. Because seeing is not an activity. To see, what should you do? Huh? To see, what should you do? Oh, I have to open my eyes, Huh? To smell, what should you do? To breathe. Right? Breathing is an activity. What should you do to breathe? I am pumping my heart, Huh? Pumping my heart. Pump, 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 pump. Pumping your heart? If you have to pump, sometimes you forget it, finished. And lucky the fellow doesn't need your pumping. Anything, the whole body, lucky it does not need our cooperation. Suppose we have to participate in our body's activity, you forget to switch off the light. So you will forget to, I did not do my heart today pumping. Finished. Ooh, finished. No, listen. That's not activity. Breathing is not an activity. Seeing is an activity. Hearing is an activity. What exercise your ears get when you listen? Touching is an activity. Sensation of touch comes, reaches. Touching somebody is an activity. That is not the body. You shall see that now. That is not the sense organ. You will see. So, sense organs are Jnanendriya activity are not activity. That's not karma. It's just perception. Karmendriya is activity. Karmendriya. And what are the karmendriyas, organs of action? Vak, Pani, Pada, Payu, Upastha. These are the 5 organs of action. Karmendriya. Vak, Pani, Pada, Payu, Upastha. In this Vak, Pani, Pada, Payu, Upastha, please see that. He says, now Vak, speech. Now speech is a non-stop activity. It tires you down. Some people cannot keep quiet. Non-stop activity. Pani pada, with hand, receive, giving, lifting, throwing. Pani, with the hand. Pada, walking, jumping, running, climbing, activity. Payu, malatyaga, that is the excretion. But the most important karmendriya is upastha, genitals, the sex organ. Listen please carefully. These are the 5 organs of action. And in your life, which one attracts you most? Think. Which activity, which sense organ takes you more? Which is among these sense organs and the organs of action, which organ is most powerful? Give a vote. Which one takes maximum attention of yours? Your eyes? Listen, your ears? Your eyes, sabda? Your skin? Your eyes? Your tongue? Your nose? Your speech? Your hands? Your legs? your anus, your genitals. Which of the 10 is most, where is the most attention? Where creates more problem? Throughout the day. Think. The scientists will say, I don't know how far it is true or false, every third thought or fourth thought or something like is sexual thought. I don't know how far it is true or false. I don't know who has taken the credit, record or not, but please think of it. What thought you think of? Think, please think. It's very important. It's extremely important. That you shall think of, listen carefully, that you shall think of which creates you, gives you maximum satisfaction, happiness, contentment. Okay? What is the gives you highest sensation? Your sound? The touch, ordinary touch? Sight? Taste? Smell? Speaking? Lifting? Kicking? Excretion, sexual activity, which gives you maximum sensation? Vote. Deliberately I am taking one, because decipher the problem and fix it up for yourself. Yes, there are people for whom there are different priorities may be there, but most number of people are destroyed by, attracted by, pulled by, pushed by one absolute sensation, sexual sensation, karmendriya. Are you getting that point, please? You please understand that, because don't make it, that is your biggest problem, but you completely, bypass it. Completely bypass. Don't even talk about it. Just think. Sometimes speaking becomes much more powerful. Do you know why? Because speaking gives a vicarious satisfaction. The speaking, you need not be angry. You hate somebody. You can't punch him, but you go on talk against that fellow. That is why gossip begins. Whatever you cannot do, you speak. That is where comes the vicarious satisfaction. That you're talking about a girl, talking about a boy, talking about a man, talking about a woman, either sexual innuendos, intentions, or you cannot punish somebody, so spread bad word about him or her. Gossip. That will be like that, This will be like that, You can't do anything, so you go on talking. So the speech also is a type of a relief. When people say, no, I gave him a piece of my mind. When you gave him a piece of your mind, how did you give that piece of your mind? With your speech. When you speak it out, you feel relieved. It's like a huge built-up. A huge mental built-up goes away by the speech, anger. A huge physical built-up goes away by the sex. See the arrangement. Please see the arrangement. Why people are obsessed with? And that is why clearly see Krishna's says. What is that? Karmendriyani sanyam. He did not say indriyani sanyam. Karmendriyani, specific. Karmendriyani sanyam. Oh, I don't do anything. No more speech. Mauni baba. Mauna. Speech. Hands tied, legs folded, pai upastha, genitals and anus in their own place. Shut down. Doing what? Manasa smarannaste. Body is in its own place, folded up. Manasa smaranna aste. Sitting down, thinking over the mind. Manasa smaranna. In your mind, you are spinning. Your body is in one place. Mind is spinning. What happens to you? Sit down. Everybody, when you sit down like this, what people think? He's thinking of, he's meditating. On what? If you are listen carefully. No, it's not a joke. If you are in meditation, meditating on what? In meditation, I am with myself. There is no meditating on what? Meditating. The moment you start meditating, on what? That is why sensations take over. Whichever sensation gives you happiness, that one will be meditating upon. Because what is meditation? Relaxation. What relaxes you? The company of somebody, or eating something, doing something, being with my mother, being in a village, thinking of, so that thing comes up. Whichever you like, those things of this coming up. But suppose your happiness is in yourself, what shall you think of? Are you getting that point, please? So what happens? Karmendriyani sanyamya, keeping the sense organs of action under control. Sanyamya, each one in its own place. Manasa smaranaste, no activity. Indriyarthan vimudha antakarana, indriyarthan vimudha atma, vimudha antakarana. The mind is totally deluded. Hey Arjuna, mithyachara sauchyate is a mithyachara, hypocrite, deceitful, fraudulent individual. Mithyachara, person with false behavior. Because simply by giving up the action, you don't become wise. When you stop the activities, thought takes over. Whereas you are engaging in activities, sometimes you can escape your thought. Are you getting that point? If you are engaging in activities, you can escape your thought. That is how you shall see people who are engaged, people who are busy doing things. They don't have much. They have problems, not that they don't have problems, they have problems. But for 7-8 hours they are forgetting everything. You go to school, go to college, go to office, 8 hours, 9 hours, responsibility, everything. That is why if you are a person who is engaged in these studies and there is no responsibilities, your mind becomes more wasteful, goes on thinking about unnecessary things, because there is nothing to do. That is why people who take to religion, they face more conflict. Why? Are you getting that? People who take to religion, they face more conflict because there is no engagement. That's why keep yourself engaged. Please understand. Busy. Not to escape from your mind. To be productive, but at the same time, observe your mind. Indriya. Karmendriyani sanyamya. If you simply sit down, mithyachara sauchyate. Why? You are physically sitting down, but your mind is spinning, looking for happiness there. Therefore, what shall I do? Yastvindriyani manasa niyamyaravhaterjuna karmendriyai karma yogam asaktasya vishishyate yastvindriyani manasa niyamyaravhaterjuna karmendriyai karma yogam asaktasya vishishyate. So now onwards you shall see how to prepare the mind. Because so far you have already seen, knowledge is very easy. Sabda words are used, the teacher reveals it, knowledge takes place. That is how exactly it is. Okay, if somebody is not finding it easy that way, why is it that the person finds it difficult? Because the mind is spinning. Why the mind is spinning? Because of the past habit. We have seen, heard, tasted, touched, smelt, spoken, lifted, kicked, used every experiences. Jnanendriya, karmendriya. series of experiences in life. And all those things are in your head. Are you getting that point, please? Now face it. This is where total overhauling takes place. Complete overhauling. You are not hiding any thought, you are not hiding any emotion, but you are looking at everything. How nice it is. Eh? Are you getting that point? How nice it is when you are familiar with every thought. No thought is a mystery, no emotion is a mystery, no sensation is a mystery, nothing. Everything you know. Yes, this is how it is function. When I am seeing something, perception creates the thought. If I like the thought, I go on building on it. And because of that, desire comes. When the desire comes, whoever facilitates in fulfilling the desire, friendly. We saw that elaborately. Whoever doesn't facilitate it or whoever prevents it, anger. So the same thought, a knowledge, now desire, now greed, now anger, now arrogance, forgetfulness, total depression, delusion, everything takes place. Oh my God. How many such emotions are in my head? So many. So when a person goes into that type of delusional state, a mood there, what happens? Think, what happens? You lose touch with the reality of life. Complete. When you are angry, you are frustrated. How do you look at the world? When you are miserable, how do you look at the world? Please. That's why change your mind. Remember that example of Vasishtha talking to Rama. When we are walking on the earth, different type of surfaces hurts your feet. Stone makes it hard, ice freezes it, thorn pricks it, so many things happen. Shall you cover the whole earth with leather or cover your feet? You cover your feet. When you cover your feet, wherever you walk, you feel the softness. Surfaces remain so and exactly same way. People will remain exactly as they are. Things will remain as they are, but I change myself. I change my attitude. Because already picked up all these things. So many thoughts have been there. I've been looking for happiness there and frustrated here. Now what should I do? And how long it has happened? For a long time. So those things prevent me from either, listen carefully, those things prevent me as though from knowing myself, or in case I am aware, prevents me from being with myself at all times. So it becomes a pratibandha, sapratibandhaka jnana. If I know myself, still these pratibandhas, this thing comes up and once in a while as though takes me away from myself or prevents me from knowing because I am not ready. Whatever they say, I don't believe it. The person cannot believe it. So what should you do? Prepare. How do I prepare? The whole thing is preparation. And nobody is a lost case. Anybody, whatever is your emotion, don't worry. Whether it is in relation to a sound, a sight, a taste, a touch, a smell, what is that? Speaking, kicking, picking up, sexual, it doesn't matter. Bring it that way. Completely. Make it a package. Huh? Do not keep one thing out of the package. Then you shall be in trouble. Are you getting that point, please? There is no taboo subject in absolute knowledge. Just like when you go to a hospital, a doctor, can the doctor have a taboo subject? There is no taboo subject. When you go to show the doctor, you show the whole body. And the doctor, the physician sees your whole body. You don't ashamed, you feel afraid or ashamed or nothing. Because this is a doctor you are showing. Same thing also, your emotions. There is no taboo emotions. You are angry. I don't know why are you getting angry. I'm so hateful, like that, so jealous. Say thirst are really disturbing me, Oh, come on, see it. Look how it works. How do I do it? Start with this. Yastu, indriyani manasa niyamya arabhyate. Hey Arjuna, you want to change those impressions? First, manasa niyamya indriyani arabhyate. What do you arabhyate? Karma arabhyate. You want to change your things? Now begin your action. You start doing your action. Begin your action with what? Manasa niyamya. First think at the level of the mind. Then come to the level of the sense organs. Then karmendriyehi, with your physical body, at the level of your karmendriya, whether to speak, hear, taste, touch, whatever you want to do asaktah san. You are seeing that whole mechanism. See that. Start the process. It's not a helpless process. Start the process. Where shall you start? Huh? Please tell me. You tell me. Where does your activity begin? Your root of your activity. Where is your root of your activity? Outside or in your brain, in your head, in your thought? So straight away begin with thought. Manasa niyamya. Catch your thought. Once you catch your thought from there, then indriyani, yastu indriyani. Manasa niyamya. You have a full, you are totally conscious of your physical body, your sense organs. And then, karmendriyehi, karma yogam. With your karmendriya, you start your action. You speak, physical actions, whatever action you want to get yourself involved in, doing it, but one change, asaktaha. Asakta. Asakta means not depending on the result of action for your happiness. You are feeling very restless to give a piece of your mind to somebody? All right, decide. Shall I do that? No. Can fix it up here? All right. Cannot? Okay, I'm going to give it. When you are going to give it, ready for the consequences. You understand? If you do it, you shall enjoy your life thereafter. Because you are consciously acting. Are you getting that point, please? Because even when you are getting angry, now suppose somebody hits you back, you don't tell them, why did you hit me? You tell him, get it. Get it. You don't tell the other person why you hit. Now you tell yourself, do you deserve it? You've told, now take the consequences. The fellow is a snake. If you touch the snake's tail, whoosh, it stings. So you got stung, get it. You look at yourself. You never look at the other fellow, why did he do that? He will do it because they are idiots. The other person is unconscious. Are you getting that point, please? The other person is unconscious. That is the beauty, the difference between a conscious actor and unconscious actor. When the child pulls your hair, do you put down the child or slap the fellow? Suppose the child is playing. You put it, because you can't keep quiet. Put it up. The child says, no, I want to go. Knocking you, kicking you, everything. What shall you do? Throw the child? What do you do? Why did you disturb? Everybody tell you, why are you disturbing the child? Do they ask the child, why are you pulling his hair? Do they ask the child? Nobody asks the child, why are you pulling the hair? They ask you, why are you putting him up? Put him down. That is how it is. When you are a conscious actor and other people are unconscious, they are like babies. They are like babies. You do something, watch out. The fellow will lash out because he is unconscious. That is why before you interact with those people, you are conscious. What possibilities are there? Oh, I know whatever I say, the fellow will not listen. All right. Or he will do it. Okay, let him do it. That is why you become so conscious. Arabhyade. And when you do that, when the result comes, asaktaha san sabhishishyate. Hey Arjuna, such a person stands out. So he tells you how to act, not to act. Are you getting that point, please? How to act. Why should I act that way? Do you want to understand the absolute happiness? This is what will prepare your mind. But simply if you say, don't get angry, for what? That is why this Upadesha doesn't mean anything. Where there is no purpose for a good living. It seems to be totally purposeless and doesn't give anything. Baseless, meaningless living. Being good, what is being good? The fellow who is being nasty, he is getting everything. I am being good. What do I get? Yes, if you are being good, your attitude is right, your mind is free from reaction, that mind can be used to be with yourself. Oh, aha, that's what it is. A purpose is given. If that is not given, do good, be good, do good, do good. What is it? Do good, be good. Don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, do this, do this. What is advice? That is why religion is not wanted. Why? That is only advising zone. Only advice zone. It's like an uncle who never gives me money, but always tells me what all things I should do or should not do when I am in hostel. Do I care? I have to listen to, just to respect. If the person is aware, he should not talk nonsense, because one day I can get fed up and say, stop it. Why? You are not giving anything to me. Why are you giving me advice? Now, physics, income tax, chartered accountancy, science, arts, dance, music give us living, money. Artists provide us pleasure. Dancers provide us pleasure. Musicians provide us some pleasure. Movies give us something. All these things are involved with our life. Religion comes and tells, you should not watch movie, don't look at a dancer, don't be rich, give away your riches. Now, what is the connection? It's like a useless advisor who has nothing to do with my life, but is giving me advice. How much can I take? So just to keep you the, honor, the tradition, I won't say anything. But when I am fed up, I say, go to hell. Who are you? But suppose he points out, if you live like mindless living like that, you'll be unhappy, miserable. But if you consciously live like this, you will counteract your raga, dvesha, like and dislike, then you ultimately discover happiness, that is yourself. Oh. Then in the same confusion, you see a ray of light. In your obsession, there is a hope. Are you getting that? Everybody. That is why you see people gaining their sanity in themselves. Do that. Karmendriyani, karma yogam, asaktasya vishishyate. Hey Arjuna, one who is simply giving up, he is useless. He does not get the knowledge. Nor can you give it up, because you have to act on in life. But when you are acting, change your attitude. Therefore, see, since it is so, read. We shall see that to next class. Niyatam kuru karmatvam karmajyayo hya karmanah sarira yatra pichate na prasiddheta karmanah. Bhagavan says, hey Arjuna, tasmat niyatam kuru karmatvam. Please see, therefore, tvam niyatam karma kuru. Therefore, you continuously go on acting. Nityam niyatam nityam karma kuru. Continuously act on. What is that action? Whatever you have been doing. So which act you should do or should not do? Think of it now. You understand how much it is against the practices? No. Karma kuru. Because you cannot live without it. Why is it so? Karma jyayo hi akarmanaha. Karma akarmanaha jyaya. Karma akarmanaha jyaya. Action is superior to inaction. Why? Inactivity is an activity unproductive. Why unproductive? Sarira yatra pichate na prasiddhyet akarmanaha. Akarmanaha, by your inaction, sarira yatra na prasiddhyet. Even you cannot sustain your body. Forget Brahman absolute. By simply giving up the action, not only you will never get the Brahman the absolute, but your body itself cannot be sustained. Therefore act. Acha. Since you have to act, so karma is akarmanaha jyaya. Action is superior to inaction. But if you simply go on acting without right attitude, it will give you ragadvesha. Like, dislike, pain, pleasure, loss, victory, defeat, gain, loss. These things will color your mind. Therefore, do with the karma yoga buddhi. When you karma yoga buddhi you do, antakarana suddhi. When the antakarana suddhi, the preparation mind is there, jnana takes place. Jnana dhyeva kaivalyam. Then you shall get the jnana. Okay, so where are you now? Find out where you are. Start from there. Which one is better? Is there better and best? Huh? That is why don't compare. Incomparable. Wherever you are, you look at your mind and you start it. Karma jyayo akarma. Nikartasmat niyatam karma kuru. But when somebody listens to this, that is why sometimes in Vedanta people can be misled. What is that? Jnana dhyeva kaivalyam, only by knowledge. Jnana, pramana, you get this knowledge. Karma, useless. So they completely give up karma. When you completely give up your karma, what happens? I mean, you cannot give up. But when you do that, you go away from everything, you don't get a chance to deal with your ragadvesha. Unless you are a person who can, at the thought level also, buddhi yoga, that karma yoga buddhi is there, you are very conscious, there you can fix it up also. Please, that is why he told no, buddhi yoga, at the level of the buddhi itself, thought itself you can deal with, fantastic. Cannot do at the level of the thought, action you come down. But ultimately, prepare your mind and be yourself. So there is a whole program. The entire program is there for you. That is why it's not meaningless advice. You should not. Why I should not and why I should. Then, with the right attitude, if you do that, your mind is prepared, you get your knowledge. Or else if you simply give up and sit down, mind, body is sitting, but mind is spinning. You will never understand the truth. So consciously act, accept the result, counteract the like and dislike. In that state, be yourself knowledge. Okay, more of it we shall see. And so now the whole chapters will begin with this attitude only. How this is given to the mankind to act on like that. And he say, absolutely beautiful attitude. It uses the language of ritual. Yajñarthat karmano nyatra lokoyam karma bandhana tadartha karma kaunteya mukta sangha sahachara. It goes on. Saha yajña praja sustra. Yajña. How the whole action is a ritual. We shall see that. And why you should do that? Purpose is ready. Understand? Purposeful. Without that, advices are mere empty advices. It means nothing. You must know why. So beautiful. There is a whole planning for life, the whole programming for life. Close your eyes. Start from wherever you are. If you are young and your mind is yet to be spoiled with like, dislike, you can straight away grasp it. Suppose you are already riddled with like, dislike, pain, pleasure, obsessions, dejections of various kinds. Start with that. Consciously express your thought at the level of the action and accept the result for what it is. Your action, thoughts are expressed. Your acceptance of the result, no reaction is initiated. You discover the effortlessness that you are. In that mind, you cannot escape being yourself. Ajo nitya saswatoyam purana, unborn, eternal. And therefore, asocyanam nasochastam, do not grieve for a thing that is not to be grieved. You no more grieve for anything, for your memories, your thoughts, your sensations, sense organs, objects, world. There is no reason to grieve. Absolute, you cannot grieve. Relative, you need not. Continue to function as you are. Thank you.